Hey guys, Metal Jesus here, and today I am very excited to share some gameplay footage with you of one of my favorite games of the last generation. That, of course, is Velocity 2X. This is running on the Nintendo Switch. Now, there's actually a lot to talk about with this game because it is quite unlike anything I've personally ever played. I was reading, though, that I guess it got its start on the PlayStation Vita. I didn't realize that, but I guess this started life on the Vita, got extremely good reviews. Maybe that was the original version and now there's a 2X version. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure about the history of this game. All I know is that it is 100% awesome. And like I said, I'm playing it on the Switch, but I know it has come out on a bunch of different systems since then. You know, the PlayStation 4, I believe it's on the Xbox, the PC, all of that good stuff. But you know, it's one of those kind of games that I just buy over and over again, especially if there is a physical version of it. That's the version that you see me playing right here. And what makes this game so interesting? Well, to start off with, it is a mix of 2D platforming as well as top-down shoot 'em up. And so initially the game starts off, and I think for the first 5 or 6 levels, you basically just play one side or the other, but then you get to a certain point in the story. You see I'm actually playing, I believe, level 10 here. It goes back and forth quite a bit. Your character will often start in her ship, and then she'll move over to the 2D aspect of it, where she has to go in and do some platforming, and then she'll hop back into her ship and vice versa, and it just kind of goes from there. It mixes it up quite a bit. And the reason why you do that, at least initially, is that you are unlocking these numbered gates. You'll see that as I'm playing the game here, is that you'll see gates numbered, 1, 2, or 3, or A, B, C, D. I guess that's not technically numbered, alphabetical, but you get the gist here is that often you have to do things in order, almost like a puzzle game, to then unlock the further parts of the level. Another interesting aspect of this game, and you see me as I'm playing here, is that there is this warping mechanic that is more than just a gimmick. You absolutely have to use the warping mechanic to get around both in 2D and 3D. This game's pretty interesting because it uses a lot of unique control types. It has a little bit of twin stick shooter. Like I said, it has a little bit of traditional top-down shooting, but then it has this warp mechanic where you, I forget what trigger button it is, but it gives you this cursor on the screen that then you can move around the screen and you'll instantly warp there. And as this game goes along, that gets way more complex. In this initial couple stages here, it's fairly manageable, but man, this game gets insane really quickly. But yet it's also a very fair and balanced game and has really, really tight controls. So much so that actually a big part of playing this game is speedrunning. And initially, when you first start off this game, you might be under a false sense of security. I know I am. To actually do some speed running. Speed running is not a thing I normally do, but in this game, I find myself really wanting to do it, and it's completely possible. You can watch people online who speed run this game that are flawless at it, and the levels are designed to accommodate that in perfect ways. I mean, perfect harmony with the controls and the button layout and the level layout and just the speed and the precision as which this game is designed. It's, again, very impressive to play. By the way, guys, I apologize for the throat crackles here. I've mentioned this in other videos that we are getting to spring here in Seattle, which means that my hay fever is going to go nuts here in a bit. So I love springtime, but hay fever blows, man. I've always had to deal with it as a kid. It's brutal, but anyway, so yeah, so this is Velocity 2X, and again, this is level 10 here, and then I also show you level 11, and it's a nice taste at what you can expect in sort of the first half of this game. Later on, actually, it gets even more complex because you can drop these little, I forget what they call them, but basically the ability to, gosh, what would they call it? Almost like an anchor. So basically you'll, in the 2D, I'm sorry, in the top-down aspect, you'll get the ability to drop an anchor. What that means is that you can then go back to a previous section of a level to unlock more of the puzzle. So again, this game is levels upon levels, and you would never really suspect it. You know, I had no idea when I first played this game just how complex and addictive it is. I think the only really downside to this game is that it is pretty unwieldy in the beginning with its controls. And every time I come back to play this game, I always have to kind of relearn the controls a bit because there is a lot going on here. But it's definitely a fun game. I kind of wish I had an idea as to how popular it is, because to me it feels a little bit like a hidden gem because I don't feel like many people talk about it. But then, you know, there could be an entire section of the internet dedicated to this game, and it wouldn't completely surprise me because I'm so passionate about it as well. I'd love to know what you guys think down in the comments below. Also, just enjoy the music of this game, and that's awesome as well. And take a look at the footage and let me know if this is a game that you often go back and play.